Yo, here we go. I cannot. I mean, he's got that high pitched. Here we
Here
go.
we go.
Here we
Here
go.
we go.
I'm
That is,
Wario. Here
I
we
didn't even think
go.
about that. That is pretty.
Super high pitch, man. It gets kind of crazy. It gets kind of crazy. Well, what's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome to what's today?
Hi.
Is today Monday already?
Monday.
It's Monday already. I feel like we just did this.
Wrapping
but
it up
we did.
Monday.
We did. We're wrapping it up, baby. Lisa Baker, good to see you. Shelly Wheeler,
Hello.
hello. Hope you guys. It's Wario. Hello, it's me. Hello.
It's me, your
It's
Mario.
me, your Mario. What's up, everybody?
Sounds great.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Sean Flynn in the house, Jen Hogan in the house, Shelly and Lisa. Great to see you guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Just wanted to hang out and let you guys stare at this beautiful background right here while we get things wrapped up. We got everything out of the way. We got that out of the way, that out of the way. This is good. You got that. I got this. We got that.
Those
We'll move this
shadowy,
out of the way. We'll get this
sexy
out of the way.
guys.
We'll
The
get this.
shadowy,
We'll
sexy
move this.
guys.
We'll move this.
Get it out
That's
of here,
good.
Billy.
That's
we
good.
Can't show that to
I think
them.
we're good. Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. We're gonna find out. All right, let's
You guys
do it.
Let us know.
Oh yeah.
Boom!
What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys.
Boom!
Thank you for joining us. It's Monday. It's Monday.
Hi.
This is when we wrap it up, baby. We give you the last 6
Wrap
to
it
7
up
days
Monday.
of events, music, interviews, all that other good stuff,
The
shenanigans,
happenings.
if you will, the
The happenings of the
the
killers.
happenings of the Killaz happenings. That's right, man. So we also have a special guest joining us tonight, which we're really excited about. He is a
He's
local
already-
celebrity, if you will. Which
He
I'm
is.
really excited to chat with him with him tonight. He's got a lot to talk about, a lot to introduce you to. He kind of fits right into the realm of exactly what we do and what we're all about. So I think it's a match made in pickle ice cream heaven.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I scrolled through some of his Facebook photos before, and I was like, "Whoa!" I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. These are some good questions. I'm really interested to see how he feels about some things. So it was really good, man. We're excited to have the Banana Foodie on tonight. Our good friend Jay Miller is going to be joining us right around 7:30. He's going to be rocking and rolling. He's fantastic. You can find him on Facebook, of course. Just look up the Banana Foodie. We'll have a link up there very shortly to see what is going on and to find out about him. He is a huge advocate of local and community talent, which is awesome. Everywhere from music to theater to acting to broadcasting to podcasting to voiceovers to really anything. Local restaurants, coffee shops, tea shops, right here. What up, Bob? Good to see you. Right
His
here
list of
in the
accolades,
area.
It's more than a breathful.
It is, most certainly. He is a connoisseur of many things, and we're excited to bring him on in just a little bit. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and thank a bunch of people. First of all, to everybody out there, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We most certainly appreciate it. We had a fantastic week, a really busy week, a super productive week. This past Monday, 1 week ago today, we had Chuck on from Getting Messy Barbecue, and we were really we were fantastically happy to get some incredible brisket, some awesome St. Louis ribs, and then he even delved upon us some cheesy grits, which were fantastic.
That and the brisket, those were my favorite.
Oh man, so good, and it went quick.
Really good.
It went quick. And Chuck from Getting Messy, if it ain't messy, it ain't barbecue. He was a fantastic guest. We were really happy to have him this past Monday. He's an advocate as well of the local community. He's doing his absolute best to get everything up and running. He's got some really big goals, and I think this guy's got not only the talent and the drive, but I think he's got the skill and the passion to achieve it. So we're excited to see Chuck move forward. We're excited to see Getting Messy Barbecue make it happen and make it messy, baby. So we're super stoked to see that happen and to work with Chuck personally. We chatted with him a little bit after the show about putting a little thing together in the future, because that's what it's all about, building those relationships. Last Tuesday we had a poll with 5 songs on it, so thank you guys very much for all your votes. We also had the Darren Holland Project on as a guest last Wednesday, which was super cool. We had Darren and Cheryl. They joined us and they played a couple jams, which were absolutely fantastic.
Those songs were great.
Yeah, they were really good.
They made me want to use backing tracks.
Yeah, they were really good. So on the poll, we had Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. We had Angel's Son, Teddy Bear by Elvis. We also had Smile, My Love, and The Jilted Lover. Both of those KitchenKillaz originals right at the end took the top 2 spots. And then instead of doing a flip the pick, we had Darren and Cheryl Holland join us from Pennsylvania. And they were absolutely fantastic, man. It was really great to listen to their stories. They have some merchandise available right now. they had a really cool combination where they had one of their graphic tees and the exact same album artwork, and they were selling it as a package together, which is pretty brilliant, man. It was really good.
And I like their artwork, the black and
Yeah.
the yellow, simple,
Nice
but
and
like
simple,
nice
clear,
and
stood out.
It was well put together.
Yeah,
good job.
It really was, man. Everybody, we had a really good time last Wednesday, and Darren and Cheryl were fantastic. Their music was great, and they were just cracking me up, man. Cheryl's a little blessing. She's so cool. Darren is a troublemaker, and I like him. So it was, but it was
egging them both on.
Yeah, it was really great to have them as guests, man. They were fantastic. It was good to learn a little bit more about Darren and Cheryl and them as individual musicians. Cheryl's not only a vocalist and a writer, but she's also a percussionist. And the track that we actually listened to that had the backing tracks with the drums was her playing the drums and hitting stuff and making it sound good. And then Darren, they played a couple songs, man. They were both really good. You could tell there was a lot of emotion in those songs. So it was a blessing to have them on. A huge shout out to them. And you guys got to check out the Darren Holland project if you can, by all means. Of course you can. It's all about priorities, which was really great. So a huge shout out to them for joining us. Cheryl and Darren Holland were really great, man. They were really, really good guests. They were really fun. And we've been friends with Darren for probably 2 years, so it was really great to finally have them on the show and be able to talk to them face to face. We chatted a little bit over Facebook. We've watched each other's shows. Everybody's busy.
It was a miss.
It was one of those things where the schedules finally matched up, and it was like, yeah, we can do that and we can do that. So let's make it happen, which was really great. This past Thursday, the great Commodore and I were part of a summit, a Profit from Your Creative Passion Summit hosted by Jillian Justice, which was really great. There were people from all over the world there, and the great Commodore and I got to jump in about 7 to 8 o'clock. A little interview about KitchenKillaz, a little talk about passion, how we're profiting from our passion, and let me define something real quick. Profit doesn't always have to be monetary profit. There's a lot of profit ways that you can profit from your passion. So try not to get pigeonholed into thinking that the only way to profit from something is by benefiting monetarily. There's a lot of profit that comes from your passion, and it was really interesting to be able to talk to so many different creators because they all kind of got that. But I think all of us learned something from each other. Like even though all of us had kind of been doing it for a while, it was really cool to talk from people all over the world that had different ways of doing things.
That's right. We had a couple tidbits that they hadn't heard of before, and then we got some notes.
Yeah, they gave us some notes too
from the South African Jay.
Yeah, South African Jay.
Yeah, she was from South Africa.
And Jillian Justice, you owe all of us pizza. We're not leaving that alone.
There's a couple people that owe everybody pizza.
And strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts. Oh, yeah. Jay said, I refuse to perform until I receive my pizza.
That was hilarious. Billy promised everyone cheese pizza from Jillian. And then Jay was on next, and she just decided not to start until she said, I want my cheese pizza.
I want my cheese pizza.
That was awesome.
It was fantastic, man.
Awesome.
It was really cool because there were so many different creatives and so many different artists, and we were just having a really great time. And Jillian did such an awesome job. She was really fantastic, and everybody learned a lot, especially when it came to the technology of hosting something like a remote summit, which is pretty cool.
It's a lot to take on, having that many people and coordinating that many people getting it all to work and the technology.
Yeah.
And then she was a terrific host.
Yeah.
She kept the conversation going. Yep. She had some really interesting questions.
Yeah.
And we all learned something. Win, win, win.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah, it was really great, man. Jillian Justice did a fantastic job. So huge shout out to Jillian. You guys can check her out. She's an artist as well, Jillian Justice Art. You can find her on all over social media, but you can buy her stuff as well. You can check out her incredible paintings. She went to the Bob Ross School of Art, and she is absolutely incredible. We were really fortunate. We actually had her as our feature artist when we joined CyberCon. Mm-hmm. So we actually kicked off CyberCon with a Kitchen Killaz show on a Friday night, and Jillian Justice joined us. As our featured artist, which was super cool. She had never played with us before. She had never used the remote solution before. We had never used the remote solution before. It was a brand new thing for all of us, and I love the fact that she was so passionate about doing it, even though none of us had any idea. Most people are like, I don't know how to do that. I'm out. I don't want to do that. I don't know.
I think the fact that we are so willing to just dive into the unknown helped her out a little bit with just being okay with that and not like, we don't know what's going on either, Jillian. It's okay.
Figure it out. Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. She was super happy. What's up, Moshi? Good to see you, my man. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got Brett as well. Alfred Pennyworth, great to see you. Michelle Hess, happy birthday yesterday, Michelle Hess. Happy birthday yesterday, Jen Hogan. Happy birthday yesterday, Harris Floyd. Happy birthday yesterday, Jessica Powley. And happy birthday today, Jason Sofka. The great Chef Safka's birthday is today.
So many birthdays.
So great to see you guys yesterday. Papa Floyd's birthday was yesterday. I went to see Mom and Dad. I haven't seen them since March, so it was really nice to see them and hang out. We had some cake and the candles that kept lighting each other, lighting on fire.
The trickery candles?
Yeah. My mom was like, they looked like regular candles. My mom was like, I didn't even know that those were those kind of candles. I had no idea.
When someone gets me those candles and I blow them out and they come back on, I go to the
knock
drawer,
off the cake.
I get scissors, and I go,
click. He just flips the whole cake off the table and throws it on the ground. I'm out of here.
Hope you made 2 cakes because I'm throwing this one.
That is very true. So last week was really cool, man. And again, a huge shout out to Jillian Justice for hosting that incredible summit, which was really, really awesome. It was Profit from Your Creative Passion. We were happy to be guests on there. We got to play a couple jams, give a little chat about who is your daddy and what does he do, and talk about, kind of where KitchenKillaz came from and where we were on the way to. What?
You say that all the time, and I just want to clarify for people. That's from a movie. That's a movie.
I hope you guys, if you don't know what movie that's from, I'm not going to help you.
Not everyone knows that movie.
Do you guys know what movie that's from?
Saw that
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I saw that movie for the first time on a cruise ship. I was so young that I didn't care about the cruise ship. Yeah. I just thought it was so cool that there was a movie theater at the very bottom of the cruise ship.
Nice.
I watched that movie probably 7 times over that week. It was great.
Dude, it's a fantastic movie, man.
That's what I did on a cruise.
It's so great. Elizabeth Martin, great to see you. Lisa Baker, hello. And thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are almost through the wrap-up. And just to keep everybody in tune, we have our good friend Jay Miller is joining us, the Banana Foodie, if you will. We're going to dive in elbow deep into what a banana foodie is, what a foodie is, and why he chose a banana. He has a very amazing story on why he specifically chose banana. It is life-changing. We chatted just before the show tonight just to test all the audio. I asked him about where banana came from, and he blew my banana mind. So I'm excited for him to share this with you guys and to delve into his level of creativity and support. He really is a fantastic individual. It was nice to talk to him.
Banana.
Oh, yeah, foodie as well. So thank you very much, Jillian Justice, for last Thursday. It was awesome. This past Friday, we had the majestic Mullis in the kitchen, baby. He created the Tostitos Taco Tower of Torrential Power, which was absolutely incredible. And that was super tasty, man. His presentation was great. We had the secondary camera up. He had all the bowls out with all the ingredients. He was walking everybody through everything that he could do.
He was great with aesthetics.
Man, it was fantastic. The aesthetics this Friday's show was absolutely fantastic. It was really great. You guys got to go back and check it. It was really good. Josh did a fantastic job as usual, and the tacos were amazing. They were really freaking good. And then he also did the taco bowl with the chips. Like, he layered everything and he had all the different sauces.
Can I say that the dip was my favorite? I love having, like, so you get your food and then you just mix it all up until it looks almost not good, and then you get a chip and you're like, yep, all in one bite.
That's right. And yes, Moshe, you got
That's
it.
What I
did. That's exactly what he does. What he looks like when he does it too. It was pretty amazing. So a huge shout out to a huge shout out to the puppies too for their timing, their impeccable timing of the people out there cutting the grass and all that other good stuff. So, yep, excited. We're gonna let them. Okay, yep. You guys good? You guys excited for the Banana Foodie? I am. Okay, good.
That was actually me.
Good. Yeah, that was
me.
Hey, we talked about this.
I like making dog noises.
So it was this past Friday was really great. Josh killed it. It was also Mama Floyd's birthday, which was really great. So we got to sing a very amazing happy birthday to Lynn Floyd. Mama Floyd was really happy. She was kicking it. Nellie Gosnell, the national treasure herself, was actually watching Friday's show, but not this past Friday's show. So Billy and Carol got her set up on the laptop and got her set up watching the show. So Nellie says to my mom, like, "Oh, whose kitchen were they in last Friday?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Wherever they were, the food looked great. It was on trays. It was a great display." And my mom's like, "No, I'm pretty sure they were in their house." She's like, No. She's like, "They had a chef. There was all these trays of food." Come to find out, they had played an older show, and she thought she was watching the live show. My mom's like, "Did they sing Happy Birthday to me?" And she's like, "I don't think so." And she's like, "Okay, you probably watched an old show." She's like, "Go back and watch it. It was really good." It was awesome, man. But I knew Nellie would somehow be involved because she's incredible. Like, Nellie's awesome. We call her the national treasure. She's 94 years old. She's faster, smarter, and quicker than all of us, man. Absolutely incredible. And what a blessing. What a lovely person. So it was good to see the folks this past weekend, but this past Friday was really good. We also debuted a brand new song, which was Alec Benjamin's "If I Killed Someone for You." Go back and listen to the lyrics. Relax. Don't take it by the cover, by the don't judge a book by its cover. However, I mean, you can,
don't judge a song by its title.
Yeah, and then listen to the actual song because it's really crazy. The lyrical content is fantastic. The twist is really, really great, and it definitely pulls on the heartstrings.
It was a really great concept for lyrically for a song.
Yeah,
I mean, music is great as well. And I really enjoyed playing it.
Yeah, it was super groovy, man. Like we had a really good time this past Friday. Thank you guys so much for the likes and the shares and notifications. I think we had almost 200 shares. I think that video broke about 3,000 just yesterday.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much, man. We really, really appreciate all of that, the likes and the love and the notifications. And when we made the switch from my personal Facebook page to the KitchenKillaz Facebook page, we knew that we were taking kind of a risk, because we had just kind of been doing this. And when we went to the KitchenKillaz page, we knew we were going to kind of have to start over again. But you guys, you made it happen, man. You killed it. You're good. So we had a really great time this past Friday. Thank you very much. Saturday, we had our Patreon practice. We had our KK rehearsal. We played a brand new song that the Commodore hadn't even played before.
I'm going to rename that show Out of the Commodore's Comfort Zone show.
So we did a brand new cover that we're getting ready to release. We did a brand new original that was actually new to the Commodore as well. We played that a couple times, and then we did Viewer's Choice. We had really good viewers this past Saturday. We did Is the World Stood Still? We had really great viewership this past Saturday for the Patreon only feed. So if you are a Patreon patron, it doesn't matter what tier you're a part of, we do a patron only feed every weekend. We try to do it either Saturday or Sunday depending on the schedule, but I think right now everything is kind of settled out with your schedule and weekends are okay.
Man, I don't even want to get into that because I'm just going to get all excited and then I'll talk about it for like 10 minutes. I'm already excited because I'm doing this with my hands. Have you ever seen me do this with my hands ever in the entire existence
They're either
of
wet,
KitchenKillaz?
on fire, or
ever
excited. Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So yes. I have my desired schedule back. We can once again have a consistent weekend. We can have a consistent week. We can get back to a consistent practice schedule. Garage Sundays.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I miss those.
We need a couple of those. We're behind. We're behind a couple weekends. But we had a really good time this past weekend. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Patron broadcast. It was really great to see so many people. I think this past Saturday's patron stream only was the most viewers that we had at one time. And they're all of our patrons. So the invitation goes directly out to the patrons. They come in. It's much more of an intimate, relaxed setting. There's not that much structure. It's kind of taking it easy. It's a Saturday morning. We're having our coffee. We're having some drinks. We're playing some songs. We're taking some requests. So it was really cool. So thank you guys for joining us for that. And if you guys want to be a part of that, any tier of our Patreon website will get you access to that. Also, you get the sneak peek, which comes out tomorrow, I think, if our Friday doesn't change, which it might change because we never know. But yeah, man, we had a really great weekend this past Sunday. That was yesterday. That was Papa Floyd's birthday. So I went and hung out with Mama and Papa Floyd, got to share their birthday. And I just found out their anniversary this year is August 29th, and it's their 50th anniversary. Wow. 50 years of marriage.
50 years
and raising two crazy hellion kids and still sticking it out, man. So August 29th is going to be 50 years of marriage for Mama and Papa Floyd.
Yeah, if you think Billy's the only one, man, you got to meet the other firecracker.
Yeah. So we had such a good week. A huge shout out to everybody that was part of all the Monday, the Tuesday. We had Monday shows. We had Tuesday practice. We had a Wednesday show. We had a Thursday summit. We had a Friday show. We had a Saturday Patreon. It was crazy. We had a really good week, man. So thank you guys for joining us for the wrap up. We most certainly appreciate it. And tonight, before we get to, do you want to hang out with Jay for a little bit, then play our wrap up song, or do you want to play the wrap up song and then we can just kind of chill and end it with Jay? What are you thinking?
We normally do the song at the end, but yeah. I'm always excited to play. Yeah. I think if we play the song now, I'm going to want to play another song after the interview.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. What are you thinking?
Well, it's going to require two guitars, so let's talk to Jay.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to Jay. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Sweet, baby. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on the man of the hour, if you will. I learned how to fold my socks from this man. He has been like a second cousin's brother's best friend's uncle to me for a very long time. So I'd like to take a moment and introduce our very good friend, the Banana Foodie. Let's see if we can get him in here.
Get him on there.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Oh, hey. I like it. Are you there, good sir?
I'm here. Over. Can you hear me?
You look that beard. Yeah, man, you sound great. How are you today?
I'm very well. I got to add, that was the best puppy impression I've ever heard in my life.
Very good.
I've been practicing. I'm very good. I'm usually modest, but I'm very good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the Banana Foodie himself. He's been outstanding. You guys got to check out his Facebook page. He is a many things. He is a writer. He is a wine dude, if you will, also known maybe as a sommelier. I don't know if he'll give himself that title, but I just like saying that word. I just think it's a lot of fun. He's an educator, an actor, a radio host. He also gets into podcasting as well and voiceover work. Ladies and gentlemen, the Banana Foodie. How are you, sir? It's great to see you, sir. How is your day?
My day has been fantastic, and it's a pleasure to be on with you guys. Hey, just wanted to say, best name ever. Not many of us Jays running around in this world, so that's kind of nice.
Amen, my dude. Amen. So, chat a little bit about the Banana Foodie. Like, talk to us. What is the Banana Foodie? Who is the Banana Foodie?
Who is? I am the jack of all trades and master of none, as it were. I'm a writer, a blogger, podcast. Just started podcasting. I'm only on episode 7, but you know, it's so far it has seen some success, which is always a good sign. I'm an actor. I'm a writer. Done some voiceover work in the past, but most importantly, I'm a community advocate. I'm a guy that I try to encourage people to support local in every dynamic, just local restaurants, local bars, local wineries, local breweries, local art, local theater, local music, everything. The communities that you live in, no matter what community that may happen to be, whether it's Orlando or Cleveland or St. Petersburg or San Francisco, every community has this amazing local dynamic of great musicians and performers and artists. And great, amazing, locally owned independent restaurants that need your support, need your local support. So that's what I'm all about.
Man, and that's awesome. Now, I know you only have a couple episodes up, but I would imagine that you've been a local advocate for a really long time for your community before you actually branded it and started putting it out on social media. How long have you been in the Central Florida, the Orlando area?
Well, I'm actually here in the growing metropolis that is North Orlando. I'm in Ocala. Great, wonderful things are going on here in Ocala. A lot of times people hear Ocala and they think this small little community. We are the third largest moving destination in the United States, and we are officially the largest growing population of 25 to 34 year olds here in the United States. So Ocala is becoming a big city. That's why Ocala now has a bunch of breweries and wineries, and we're becoming this dynamic city that a lot of people aren't aware of. And that's the other part of my motivation, is to get people to realize that every little community, regardless of what you may think it is growing and getting bigger and bigger and expanding. But I grew up actually on the East Coast. I grew up in Merritt Island. Graduated from Merritt Island High School way back in the day.
Man, that's awesome. So he's a Florida OG.
Well, you're crushing it already, because I had no idea any of that stuff about Ocala.
Oh,
I always
yeah.
thought of it
Ocala's
as just like
awesome.
this city that nobody knew about, but I knew where it was, and it was just outside of Orlando. But like all that stuff you just said, that kind of impressed me.
Yeah, I lived in Ocala for a short period of time right after I graduated from college. So I worked right by the Ocala Mall, the Paddock Mall, I think is what it was actually called. I don't know if it's still called that, but lived in Ocala for a short period of time. They had a really nice square, and they always had live music, and they had restaurants, and they had some really cool stuff. Now, that granted, this is probably like 2001, 2002. A good friend of ours, Ness, my good friend EJ Neves, just moved to Ocala a couple months ago. Fantastic artist. I've known him for quite some time, and he is killing the game in Ocala. And if you guys haven't met each other, you guys share a lot of passion. And I hope one day you most certainly get to spend some time and have a conversation with each other, because I think the two of you would be absolutely fantastic together, especially in conversation. But I've heard so much about Ocala and how much it is growing. I always knew Ocala to be kind of like equestrian based. There's what a lot of horse training was going on, where a lot of like really beautiful horse farms were, and a lot of very very equestrian-like lifestyles existed, which was kind of interesting to go there because Ocala is really a very beautiful place to go. But I would imagine over the last 20 years, it most certainly has grown a lot. And I haven't lived there for almost 20 years, so I could only imagine how much it's grown in the last 5 years.
Most cities change a lot in 20 years.
A lot, especially little places like Ocala. Like I grew up in Inverness, which is just south of Ocala, but Inverness didn't. Inverness is kind of the same. They really haven't changed in 20 years. But if you wanted to go anywhere, you went to Ocala. Like if you wanted to go out, if you wanted to go to the movies, if you wanted to go shopping at the mall, if you wanted to do some really cool stuff, Ocala was always kind of like the closest place that you could go to make things happen. And it's cool to hear that they're still growing and jumping, man. That's really awesome. What do you find yourself doing on a Friday night in Ocala, Jay?
Oh, man, I wanted to kind of go back to the horse thing. We are officially the horse capital of the world, 2.6 billion. That's with a B, billion of our industry here in Ocala is horses. Like 2018, 8 of the 12 Kentucky horses that ran in the Kentucky Derby had a Marion County connection. So we are by far the horse capital of the world. It's not even close. But Amazon is opening up a 700,000 square foot plant. Chewy opened up a 600,000 square foot plant last year. FedEx has a 700,000 square foot facility. And like, if anybody's looking for a job, man, these companies here in Ocala cannot hire people fast enough. We're soon next year, we're going to have what's called the World Equestrian Center. It is going to be literally the largest equestrian facility in the world. And they actually had to do a $7 million expansion for the airport to make room for all of the people that are going to be coming from all over the world into Ocala to go to this equestrian center. If you can, and I've been to it, I've had a chance to tour it. If you can kind of imagine a place where on the same day they could have a world-class equestrian event while also having a Comic-Con, while also having a Orlando City soccer match all on the same day. That's how big this complex is. It's unbelievable.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Orlando really is hustling and bustling, man. That's fantastic. And so, I mean, and like to see Ocala again come so far, and Ocala's been around for a long time, so I can only imagine the way it was 40 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. And it's really cool to hear that they're still not only growing but evolving, and then they're kind of sticking to their roots as well, while they're continuing to evolve in all the other aspects of commercialism and and art and expression and food and local music. Not only are they hitting the big industry as well, when you talk about bringing an Amazon distribution center, and that's huge, but to kind of stick to their roots and to be pushing their equestrian style, and then to also be welcoming in the arts and the local arts and the music, and like you said, the breweries, the local breweries, the independent places and the wine shops. Like, it sounds like they're really, really starting to continuously develop their personality, the personality of Ocala, and soon people will most certainly know it. They're not going to be like, where, what, what is Ocala? They're going to be like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you mentioned EJ. I know him. He just opened up a gallery with him and Teddy Sykes, another artist here locally, and called 8th Street Gallery. He's actually on my list to interview for one of my podcasts, him and Teddy and some other local artists as well. World-class artist by the name of Drake Arnold just painted a huge mural on one of our large buildings. I don't know if you're familiar with the name of Drake Arnold, but he's kind of a world-class guy, but he lives here in Marion County. Kind of going back to your Friday night, there's so much to do downtown. You mentioned the square. There's some great local restaurants. We have 3 Golden Spoon winning restaurants right in downtown. If you're not familiar with the Golden Spoon is, it's a pretty prestigious award. We have 5 breweries, 4 wineries. So there's plenty to do downtown on a Friday night, Saturday night. Live music is everywhere. We have a place that we can actually make your own wine. You make it, you spend a Friday night making your own wine, and then like 6 months later, you go pick it up and you have your own bottle of wine that you created. It's pretty amazing.
What?
Get out of here.
What? We get to make our own wine? What?
Yes. And I would be remiss.
Going to Ocala.
We're going to Ocala.
You guys like whiskey and rum?
I'm sure we've been known to dabble. Absolutely, we have the mad scientist in right now. He's our touring chef. He travels with us all over the state, and he is a connoisseur of rum, sir, a lover, if you will. So yeah, you're in a good target audience right now.
Well, Marion County has the most award-winning distillery in Florida, if not the Southeast. Fishhawk Spirits is a great friend of mine, Matthew. Is a whiskey, rum, vodka, and they actually make absinthe. It's a distillery right here in Marion County that you can actually go and tour for like $30 for two people, $15 per person. You can go out and tour the distillery and then drink as much whiskey and rum and vodka as you possibly want. Matthew's a great guy. The last time I checked, they were on their 32nd gold or silver medal in international or national competition, and it's a distillery right here in Marion County. So if you guys like whiskey or rum, have that chef come up. We'll do a meet and greet, man. I'll love to have you guys come out there and hang out.
Man, that would be really cool, especially like again, I haven't been to Ocala in a long time. Like it was, I used to rock around there when I was 21, 22, getting in trouble, staying up late, driving around, just having a good time, going all the places. It was so much fun, man. So much fun. It would be great to go back.
That'd be pretty nostalgic for you, and you get to see all the changes that have made.
Yeah, all the evolution.
Hey, there used to be that there.
It'd be good to see Ness too. Like Ness and I keep in touch with each other, man. I really like EJ. He's a fantastic individual, and he's a hard worker, man. It's incredible. And EJ has always been the kind of guy to push the boundary and create a niche. He's always been that guy. He opened up his TikTok, and within like a week, he was just crushing it in followers. His creativity is it most certainly leaves the canvas and just goes to a worldly amount of creativity. Like he's a fantastic, and he's just a good dude. Yeah. Like he's really heartfelt. Like he's just an amazing person. So you can't go wrong with a guy like EJ. Jay, not at all, man. He's absolutely fantastic. It would be kind of cool to kind of get everybody together. Hit an Ocala night with Killaz and bring the mad scientist himself and the great Banana Foodie. Hang out with Ness for a little bit. I'm sure there's some other rock stars that we can bring together, Jay, to cause some trouble.
Oh, I know the list goes on and on and on of people that I know, people that support me, people that encourage me, and people that I made connections with. Some of the great local restaurants. It's funny in the beginning because I was kind of listening. You talk about the name Banana Foodie, like you've never officially. I don't know if I should ever tell you the story as to why I'm called the Banana Foodie. Maybe that's a weird thing.
Hey man, you're in a show full of weirdos, of misfits, if you will. So if there was ever a platform to be able to share that with, you're kind of amongst friends.
And I think everyone's intrigued at this point.
All right, I've traveled the world thanks to the U.S. military and some other financial investments. I've eaten food everywhere, every continent you could probably think of. I've had food on. I have eaten some amazing dishes. I have eaten some unique dishes. I've eaten some gross dishes. When you think of the show Andrew Zimmerman and he's eating bugs and spiders and all that stuff, been there, done that. I've eaten all that stuff. But of all the foods that I've eaten, of all of the crazy foods that I've eaten in my life, I just think bananas are absolutely disgusting. I just think they're gross. So the name is ironic that I'm a foodie, but I hate bananas. I think bananas are disgusting.
I really thought you were going to go the other way on that.
I wonder what is it about the banana that tickles your skin, my man? What is it that gives you the heebie-jeebies about the great and amazing banana?
Taste, texture, you name. Now I love banana bread, so it's not. I don't know. It's just like bananas are just. I just can't eat a banana. It's just gross. Like, and I've eaten some weird stuff. But
yeah, like you said, like I used to watch Andrew Zimmern. I watched it was him. It was Anthony Bourdain. Like they both had like very very interesting shows. Anthony Bourdain was traveling the world and trying different foods, but Andrew Zimmern, he was trying those really exotic, really. Like you said, he's eating like Madagascar hissing cockroaches, and he's eating scorpions and spiders and just crazy, crazy stuff. And if you've eaten something like that and you're like, not bad, I hate bananas. Like, what did bananas do to you, Jay? You can tell us. You can be honest with us.
I don't know. Show me on the doll where the banana hurt you, I guess. I don't know. So, but
Hey, we respect that, man. That's awesome. I love how you went the other way with that, which is fantastic. Like, you're the banana foodie, and of course that question is going to come up. But I love how you took something that you don't like and you hate and you can't stand them, and you utilize that. And instead of it being something you kept in the dark, you actually brought it into the forefront of the entire project. Which is what a fantastic way to manage something that you dislike. Put it right out there for everybody to see.
I want people to know fish eyeballs are delicious, but bananas are gross. Just saying.
And I quote, "Fish eyeballs are delicious, but bananas are gross." Jay Miller. That's awesome, Jay. I got to say, man, we always do a little bit of research on our guests. Learn a little bit about them. We look through their social media. We pull up some interesting pictures. We look through what they're about in their profile. And you had some really interesting pictures, some that tickled my pickle, if you will. But you had a fantastic picture up there of pickle ice cream, and it looked ecstatic. It looked like it had dill on top of the ice cream with a pickle sticking out of the ice cream itself. And I have to ask, like, what was your experience with that pickle ice cream? Would you recommend it to friends to enjoy? And do you have to have an interesting palate to enjoy it? Or do you think people with a tender palate could still find pleasure in it?
I must confess, I'd never actually tried it. It was a photo that I found. I have a connection up in Canada that says, hey, they have this thing going around with pickle flavored ice cream, and there's a photo of a waffle cone with pickle flavored ice cream with dill sprinkled on top. And, I asked him if I could share it on my page just to kind of get people's thoughts, and it was about 50-50. There was some pro pickle ice cream and there was some con pickle ice cream. I personally have never had a taste for it, but pickles are fine. I'll try anything once. I just said that fish eyes are gross, or fish eyes are delicious. So I'll certainly try anything once. But again, everybody has that unique palate. Some people love certain things. Some people don't like certain things. And I try to post questions to kind of get people thinking about, what would you do, or what kind of thought. Last week, I actually posted a question that probably got one of the biggest responses that I've ever gotten. It was a simple question of, do you like your food touching on a plate? And people just went crazy. Like some people are, no, food can't touch at all. And some people are like, yeah, I don't care. Food can touch.
That's an interesting concept, because the great Commodore was actually just talking about how he'll mix all of his food together because he wants that combination of all of those flavors and textures in each bite. I used to go exactly the other way around. Like, when I would eat my dinner, if we had corn, green beans, mashed potatoes, and meatloaf, I would eat it in order, and normally I would keep the meatloaf last. I would probably eat like beans, corn, mashed potatoes, and then I would eat my meatloaf. But I did it all separately because I like the individual flavors of them by themselves, and it would weird me out if the food started to mix. I'm a little different now. That's when I was a kid, but I still can't do what this maniac over here does.
It's funny that I just thought of this just now as we're talking about it. The reason that I do that is because when I was younger, Mom always had some kind of vegetable on the plate, and I normally gravitated toward the main thing. That was like what I wanted to eat, and there was always a vegetable on the plate. And if I didn't like the vegetable, I would just mix it with what I do like, and it was just a little less disgusting.
Gotcha. So you got to eat your vegetables, but you didn't have to just eat them alone because you didn't really like them alone.
I think that's how it started.
Hey, that's interesting.
Now I do it all the time.
Yeah, that is an interesting topic of conversation. Where do you think the pendulum swung, Jay? Do you think there were more people that like to mix and they didn't care? Do you think there were more people that like to keep it separated? Now I'm intrigued. That's fantastic.
It reached, according to the metric data I had, it reached about 50,000 people. And I would honestly say it was probably 50-50. There were some very, it doesn't matter. It's all going to the same place. And then the other side of the spectrum was like, ooh, my food can't touch. And actually, one of my friends made a comment that, a good friend of mine made a comment that he was almost the same way that you were, is that, even now today, he eats in order. He eats vegetables first, then carbs, and then protein in that order. Like, he eats his green beans, and then he'll eat his mashed potatoes, and then he'll eat his meatloaf in order. Like, he doesn't break up that routine, which, I don't know if that's weird or
Wow.
not, but everybody has their own thing, I guess.
Yes, Jay, that's weird.
And sometimes there are specific dishes, of course, and we know, like, as we get into higher echelons of preparation and chefs creating a flavor palette, a lot of these items are meant to go together. It's meant to take a bite of this with a bite of this with a bite of this. But like your traditional, when you're growing up and you just have, you have your burger and you have your French fries and you have your baked beans. Like I would separate all of those individually. I'd probably eat my French fries first because they're not going to taste as good cold. So French fries are going to go first. Like beans, I don't care if they're warm or if they're cold. That really doesn't bother me. But I don't want my bread to be hard. So I would probably cut the burger in half and eat half of that, finish my beans, and then eat the other half of the burger.
You're a very strategic eater.
That's probably why I would do that.
I actually put French fries on my burger.
Yeah. See, that sounds good.
I do it all the time.
I put jalapeno chips on the sandwich you made earlier, and it was fantastic. That's the way to do it right there, man. I'm making another sandwich. So where do you fall, Jay? Do you care if your food mixes, or do you try to keep it separate?
It doesn't matter. There are some categories where I don't like my bread to get soggy, so I want to make sure my bread is away from everything else. But other than that, it doesn't matter to me. It's all kind of going the same, taste. I do like to keep them sort of separate because, as a foodie, I want to sort of enjoy the flavors and taste that each particular product has. But once that point is sort of reached, it doesn't really matter at that point. If I eat macaroni and cheese, I know what macaroni and cheese tastes like, so I don't care.
Yeah. I agree. There were a couple comments that by the way, would you try pickle ice cream with the dill and the pickle sticking out of the side and a waffle cone? Would you eat an entire thing, but would you try it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would try it.
Do you think it would be, with what you know of it, do you think that it would be appealing? Do you think it would be something that you would enjoy?
It's a couple different flavors that I'm just not used to see. I'm more intrigued than anything. I think I would like it.
It's kind of perplexing.
There
There was a comment that came up here that said Shelley Wheeler is wondering if somebody would eat pickle ice cream on a banana split. My question is, would you eat Neapolitan ice cream on a pickle split? Because I think that would be interesting. Instead of cutting a banana and opening that up, slice a big dill pickle, open that up, and then put pickle ice cream on top of that. Maybe some orange cream, like the swirl. What do we have? The ice cream bars with the orange, the creamsicle on top of that. Man, with a little dill on top of that, maybe some Heinz ketchup and some mustard on top of that, splash with a little bit of sesame seeds, then on a big baked bun. I think it'd be fantastic.
You're ruining ice cream as you speak.
Oh, that is a good question, Lynn Floyd. She says, "Are we talking sweet gherkins? Are we talking kosher dill? Like what kind of pickles? I imagine they're dill pickles. Have you ever had a sweet gherkin?
Did you just make that up? Gherkin?
No, they're the little pickles. They kind of have a sweet flavor to them.
Oh,
yeah, they're tasty, man. I'll eat an entire
jar
of those.
Called little sweet pickles.
There's maybe some, because I don't know if gherkin is a specific name that a company used, but I always heard them as or read them as gherkins, sweet gherkins, if you will. It's fantastic stuff. That's interesting. I wonder. Yeah, okay. Specifically the gherkin.
Oh.
Man, Jay, I can't even count how many things I've learned since you've been our guest here tonight. So I'm really excited. Keep going, man. Keep going. Get more. What else you got, bro?
I did have another question for you, Jay, and I don't know if you took part in this as well. Are you a coffee drinker, a tea drinker? Do you steer away from caffeine? Where is your palate for your morning beverages or anytime beverages?
I am a big-time coffee drinker, much to the chagrin of others. I love a good 3 or 4 cups of coffee in the morning, and I usually have a tea at night. Some kind of herbal tea or like a ginger tea at night. I love try to stay away from the decaf. I'm not a young man. I got to skip my sleep. But other than that, no, I got to have coffee. I actually just made a connection with a company here called. Oh man, the name just escaped me. But it's a company here in Ocala.
We're going to sit here in silence until you come up with it. Just kidding.
Rough Shift Roasters. That's it. Rough Shift Roasters. It's a company here in Ocala.
Yeah, baby, I knew it.
And it's done by firefighters, and proceeds of their coffee sales go towards first responders and disabled veterans. And I'm part of 2 charitable organizations here. I'm actually on the board of directors for 2 charitable organizations here in Marion County that deal with veterans. So it's that's kind of a passion of mine. So I try to get my coffee from them because they support veterans as well.
Man, I really like how everything that we've even spoken about, whether it's coffee, whether it's music, whether it's food, you have an intimate connection with somebody in the community that has a passion that they're trying to push. And not only are you connecting with them, but you're also promoting them at the same exact time, which is incredible. And that's very admirable, Jay. Not a lot of people do that, man. And a huge props to you for being so tied into your local community. It's fantastic.
And I just looked up rough shift roasters, and they mentioned passion in their mission. So we should probably get them on the show.
Yeah, that's firefighters with a passion to bring the highest quality coffee possible at the best price. That's a fantastic combination right there. If I say so myself.
I will connect you with Mauro, who's the patriarch of the organization. And he and his son, both firefighters, own the company. But he's on my list to interview as well. But I can certainly connect him with you guys, and if you want to have a conversation with him as well. So
yeah, I mean, however you want to do that, we love to meet new people.
I'm passionate about this community. Absolutely, and when I do my podcast, when I talk to people, I try to get them to understand that every community, and like I know you're in Orlando, but not in Ocala, but like Gainesville and Jacksonville, and Cleveland and Austin, Texas, all of them have that local coffee company. All of them have that local EJ artist that is passionate about what they do, and no matter what community that you live in, and that's the message. And I try to tell the story like it all started about a year and a half ago when I just made the Facebook page, the Banana Foodie, because I love to cook and I create my own recipes, and I'm kind of famous for my Scotch eggs, and I don't know if you know what a Scotch egg is, but
the Mad Scientist is a lover of the Scotch egg. You and the Mad Scientist would get along really well together, I think, because he loves rum and he loves Scotch eggs, man. You guys would be best buddies.
Hold on, I'm learning some more stuff.
I will figure out a way to get a picture to him of my Scotch eggs, and he can judge them and assess them, because my Scotch eggs are perfect. They are world class. Just saying, they are world class.
But I like him, man. I love it. I love it. He's right out there, man.
I'm not bragging or anything. I'm just saying that mine are restaurant.
If you can brag,
but
no,
okay. And I started, like I said, about a year ago, and I was trying to find what my passion was. And I posted, somebody posted on a Facebook page that they were looking for recommendations for take their wife for their 25th wedding anniversary. So I listed like some of the great restaurants we have here in Ocala, some of the Golden Spoon winning restaurant places, La Cuisine and Craft Cuisine. And I started reading through the threads, and I started seeing people's comments, and people were going, go to Olive Garden. They got 2 for $1. Go to Red Lobster. Go to Outback. And that just pissed me off. So that was when the passion came. Like, I got to fix this problem.
No, and I think a lot of that, especially when you talk about the local passion or whatever it is getting the knowledge that it exists out in front of people. When you talk about the big industries, when you talk about the Olive Gardens and the Outbacks, their marketing and advertising budget is millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then you have a local place, a local restaurant with only 10 tables in it, but the food is out of this freaking world. And the big problem is just getting people to know about it. And if you can get it out there, and you can get, like, one of the things I've always heard is some of the best music ever written will never be heard because they have such a hard time getting it out to the masses. So when you have big companies like Darden and OSSI that just have multi-million investment dollars into advertising and marketing, and then you have a small little hole in the wall shop in the square in Ocala trying to get their name out there.
It happens to have way better food.
Yeah, it's hard to break through the noise. So sometimes they need a liaison like you, Jay, to shed that information or share that information and get people to walk through the front door and try it.
One of the conversations I had with another great podcaster in Orlando, I don't know if I can mention his name or not, but
of
he
course.
called me the town crier. Peter from Scotch and Good Conversation. I don't know if you know Peter.
Oh, yeah.
He called me the town crier. Yeah. Basically, I'm the guy that stands on the street corner and says, try this, and it's try this. Especially now with COVID going on, these small places, the Big Hammock breweries, the Infinite Ales, which is a brewery here, the Keep, which is a wine place downtown here in Marion County. They need support. And I pick on Olive Garden and Red Lobster because years ago I used to work for Darden. I don't know if I should throw that out there. So I know what the back of the house is at Olive Garden and Red Lobster. And, I hate to disappoint anybody, but nobody's really cooking anything in the back of the house at those places. But I'll stay away from that side of the category. But like the best food is the stuff that's made with passion and love, and it's not prepackaged, it's not frozen, it's not microwaved. These are great. There's so many great local community restaurants, and no matter what community that you live in Orlando, I mean, there's got Ravenous Pig and all these other places that are just amazing places to eat. So that's my passion. That's what I'm trying to get people to encourage.
Yeah, that's and I gotta say, like to touch base when you said the Ravenous Pig, like I've been there, and what an incredible place. And there's a lot of places in Orlando, little mom and pop shops, a little hole in the wall where you walk in, you may not even know that it's there, and you open it up and it changes your life. It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely. They don't have a huge marketing budget. They don't have a huge advertising budget. But sometimes if you just walk around town, just walk, get out of your car and walk around and go into the stores, go into the shops, go into the little markets and the coffee shops and the little restaurants and the bistros and the cafes. And not only are you going to get really great food, you're probably going to meet some really amazing people too that are super passionate about what they're doing. And they're there because they want to be. They're not there because they have bills to pay, because they want to make some money to buy a car. Like, they're there because they're passionate about being there. And that's when you can, when they say there's a lot of love in food, you can tell when cookies need love too. There's another movie quote. And I would imagine with little places like that, you get to experience that a lot.
Absolutely. And it's been a while since I've been in Orlando. I mean, I visit often, but I know that Orlando has changed. Like, the Milk District has grown quite a bit, and even downtown and on the north side, I forget what it's called, but the north side of Orlando has changed quite a bit too. So like every community, you got to find that, you got to support, and it's not the restaurants and it's not the breweries and the wineries, but it's local musicians, it's local artists, local. Don't go to Bed Bath and Beyond and get a $25 screen print processed painting. Find a local artist and have them paint something for you for $25 that means something to you and means something to them. You don't have to go to the big stores and get a manufactured painting. Find a local artist and have them paint something that's creative for you.
Yeah, and you don't even really have to look that hard. Like, there are artists all over in every city, all over the place. And if you go to one farmer's market, if you go to one of these things, you're going to see these artists everywhere creating jewelry and food and painting and canvases and glasswork and just really incredible stuff. And if you're looking for something like a gift, like, there's a specific day during the Christmas shopping period where they say to go for your local shops, instead of going to Best Buy or Kmart or Kmart or Walmart or whatever. Like, go to a local place, like go to a little place, get in touch with your Etsy, look at the smaller artists in your community, because you really are helping them thrive in the very community you live in, which then helps the community you live in thrive. Best Buy is not going to miss your $500 for that TV. I guarantee it. But $500 to a local artist could change their life. It could really, really help them out and inspire them to keep on going and create that one more painting that is going to inspire somebody, to create this one more thing that is going to inspire this person.
Right. And it becomes, there's a connection. You know who painted it, where it came from, and you just like the food, where the food came from, where, the winery, talk to some of the people that were on these breweries. Like I said, there's 5 breweries here in Ocala and Marion County, and all of these individuals, owners, I mean, they are unbelievably knowledgeable about the crafting of beer and the passion that they have, and the desire that they have to make good quality product. And if you want to go to the store and get a 6-pack of Bud, hey man, more power to you. But there's so much more better options out there. So.
Amen. Before we wrap this, Jane, thank you so much for joining us. No, you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, which is fantastic, man. You're an excellent guest, brother. Thank you so much for sharing all your insight and your intellect. Like, we really appreciate everything that you're doing, and especially because you're so tied into your local community, and that's what you're passionate about. And that's what the whole thing's about, is what you're passionate about. And not only are you passionate about bananas, which is clearly your favorite food, but you're also passionate about your local community and pushing people and motivating people. So for those you out there, we're here with Jay Miller. He is the Banana Foodie. Ask him. It's a fantastic story of why he chose the Banana Foodie. If he chooses to share it with you, if you missed it in the show, you can just go back in the show and watch it, or not. However, when we go and take over for a small period of time in Ocala, I'm excited to hang with you, Jay. We should most certainly make that happen. And I had another, and this is an imperative answer, and I'm not necessarily sure how you're going to answer, and I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer, but I have to say this because again, searching through your social media, I try to learn about people, and I really want to understand about the psychology of Jay Miller. So my question to you, sir, is what color is your coffee?
What color is my coffee? It's black. It's black. I don't put anything in my coffee.
Dude, you said you drank 3 to 4 cups in the morning?
Yes. Can I mention a really quick pet peeve of mine? Can I mention a really quick pet peeve of mine?
No, of course.
Okay, a really quick pet peeve of mine. And for all of the people that know me on the Banana Foodie page, please go to Facebook, the Banana Foodie, and give me a like, share, and give me a review. I really love reviews. But a big pet peeve of mine, and the reason I'm going to mention this is my understanding that you have a connection with somebody in Ireland, correct?
That is true.
Okay. I want restaurants to stop putting shepherd's pie on a menu when they're actually serving cottage pie. It's only shepherd's pie if it's made with lamb. So if you have a restaurant, you know people in a restaurant,
and you
go to a restaurant and they have cottage shepherd's pie on the menu and it says ground beef, call them out. Call them out and say that's not shepherd's pie. That is cottage pie. It's only shepherd's pie if it's made with lamb.
Thank you.
Pet peeve of mine drives me crazy.
Jay, I love you even more. I love you even more. There was a television series that I was watching a while ago. It might have been Monk, I forget, and he's very specific and particular. So they were like, "Oh, I had the shepherd's pie." He's like, "Oh, did it have lamb in it?" They're like, "No, it had ground beef or whatever." He's like, "Then that's not shepherd's pie." They're like, "No, it said it right on the menu, shepherd's pie." Like, they're lying to you. If it doesn't have lamb in it, it's not shepherd's pie. Like, period. And I took that. I didn't know that. I had no idea. My introduction to shepherd's pie was probably in high school. Like on Thursdays they had shepherd pie, and on Fridays they had the square pizza. Now, everybody had square pizza on Friday.
It's because everyone's been lying to you for so many years.
For so many years, and then I find out, Jay, that I have been lied to my entire school career that shepherd's pie was anything but lamb. What the heck is going on here? It's bullsheep. It's total bullsheep.
That's right.
Like Shelley Wheeler says right here. It's a bullsheep. So Jay, before we get going, man, we wanted to we wanted to open up a window for you. So what we normally do with our guests, we want to give you a small window, and we call this section "Food for Thought." And this is just your thoughts, your motivational factors. So we give you about a window, about 30 to 45 seconds to share with the people an inspirational, motivational, positive message from the one and only Banana Foodie. Would you be down to do that with us?
Absolutely. I would love to.
Heck yeah. Here he is, Jay Miller, the Banana Foodie, with your food for thought.
My food for thought is very simple. The process of life is very simple. Be the best individual that you possibly can. Treat everybody with love and respect. And please be involved in your community, no matter what that may happen to be. Get involved in the local arts. Get involved in the local theater. Get involved with the local music. Support local and every possible dynamic that you can. Get involved, be active. I'm so frustrated when I see people sit around on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Tuesday night and say, man, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. You're not looking hard enough. There's so much to do. And no matter what community that you live in, there's so much to do. Find out what's going on in your community. Get active, get involved. Find a charitable organization to support. Find a local restaurant that becomes your local hangout, and give them some love and share the same passion that I have. And, that passion, it goes on and on and on and on. And follow me on Facebook. A quick plug.
There he is. Awesome. Thank you, Jay. That was incredible.
Nice.
I love it, man, and he's absolutely right. You know, he really is right. Like every rock star that you know today that's touring the world started off as a local musician, and the way that they made it there was through the people that loved and supported their artwork and their passion. Every big artist that you've heard of started off as a regular artist, just drawing in their bedroom or drawing at school or trying to create something they were passionate about, and they became part of an amazing community. The community supported them, and everybody wins together. There's incredible people in every single community, like Jay was saying. You can go to any state, any country, any city, it doesn't matter. And you're going to find your EJ Neves. You're going to find your Banksies. You're going to find your KitchenKillaz. You're going to find your Drakes. Like, you're going to find those people that are just there, and they're putting their artwork out there, and they're opening up a level of creative vulnerability to share with you guys directly from their heart. So yes, when people say, oh, there's nothing to do on a Friday night, I'm thinking, how could you even say that? Like, oh, there's nowhere to go, or I don't know what to do and I'm bored. It's like, listen, only boring people are bored. I'm just going to throw it out there, and I'll take as much flack as you want to give me. Only boring people are bored. I'm never bored. Like, I can't remember the last time I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm bored. I've just never been that way, ever. Like, there's so much to do, and there's such an incredible environment that exists every single place, everywhere everybody lives. Shelly's in California. Jen Hogan's in Pennsylvania. We have fantastic people from all over the world. Our friend Kyle is he's in Holland right now. Terry McIver is from the other side of the pond as well. We have just incredible people that are surrounded by amazing food, amazing music, and it's right in their backyard. Literally, walk outside, walk to your downtown, wherever that is, and just spend the day walking around. Social distance, of course, because this is kind of changing things, but in general, you know, to support your community, they just get out there and meet people, man. And again, instead of going to those big box stores, walk into a small mom and pop shop and see what they have in there, because I guarantee you it's not going to be something that you're going to see at a Bed Bath & Beyond, like Jay said. And thank you so much for joining us, Jay. We really appreciate it, man. You were a fantastic guest. We're so blessed to have you tonight. You got it.
I loved it.
All the Banana Food. Heck yeah, man. Oh, no, we're going to make that happen. That's outstanding, especially when you said we can make our own wine. I'm coming to Ocala.
Come on up.
Heck yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jay Miller, the Banana Foodie himself. Please check him out on Facebook and Instagram. He's an incredible young man with an absolutely fantastic beard, and he can't stand bananas. Ask him that story. It's a fantastic story. But we'll be in touch, Jay. Thank you so much for being a guest for us, my man. If you want to hang in the green room, we're gonna wrap up this show real quick with one song, and then if you want to give us a couple minutes, we can do a little back and forth after the show ends, and see if we can, you know, work through some details and work something out about maybe hanging out in Ocala for a little bit. Is that cool?
Absolutely, would love to.
Awesome. Right on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Jay, we're going to hang you in the green room. There's no pickle ice cream in there. Please don't cause any trouble or break anything expensive. Well, we'll have you back on in just a little bit.
Thanks.
Man, super cool. What a cool guy. That was awesome.
I think that's the most I've learned in one interview.
Yeah. That was outstanding. Okay, you are unmuted and unmuted. You should be good.
Rewatch that and then go to all the places that he mentioned.
My God, man. The coffee places, the like all the distilleries, all the wine places, all the beer places, all the restaurants, all the artists.
I don't necessarily want to taste pickle ice cream, but I think I kind of have to now.
Oh, I would totally try that. Oh yeah, I would even eat it in a banana split. Don't mess with me. I'll make it happen.
Shelly.
A man walks alone, 6 feet apart. So thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We are going to wrap it up. This is a KitchenKillaz original. Bob, good to see you. This is a KitchenKillaz original. And again, be sure to check out the Banana Foodie on Facebook and Instagram. The amazing and illustrious Jay Miller joined us tonight, which was such a fantastic guest. We're really blessed to have him. We can't wait to have him on again, and we get to hang out with him in Ocala soon. Rock and roll and hang out with some great creative people in Ocala. If you guys are in the Florida area and you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. Bring your mask, stay 6 feet away from me, and here's a song from the KitchenKillaz. Arrived at, I've waited my whole life to see those written vows. You turn around and stare back to me. The sunrise will bear your love, bathe in my white dress to be. Your hazel eyes bring me light, stand next to me. Slow it down, turn around, light up those heavens I've dreamt about, played it out, spinning in circles we danced around, take a bow, father and mother all clapping now, singing aloud, wish I would with love just to be, just to be. That the preacher says echoes in my head to me. Our memories are causing me and my soul to weep. I take your hand into my own, feel the love that you have shown me. It's our future now, these wedding vows, they represent me. Slow it down, turn around, light up those heavens we've dreamt about, played it out, spinning in circles we danced around, take a bow, mother and father all crying out, singing loud, wish I would with love just to be, just to be. These tears in my eyes, well, they keep me alive now. I wanted the whole world to see. You are my beauty queen, the only love that I can see, reflecting the best parts of me. But it's not me in front of you, you shifted up the point of view. I sit here singing this beat. You reside inside my mind, and maybe in another life the person you will love will be me. Slow it down, turn around, light up those heavens you dreamt about, played it out, spinning in circles you dance around, take a bow, mother and father all crying out, singing loud, you showered with love just to slow it down, turn around, light up those heavens you dreamt about, played it out, spinning in circles you danced around, take a bow, mother and father all crying out, singing loud, you showered with love just to be, just to be. The day has arrived that you've waited your whole life to see. Those written vows, you turn around, but you don't see me. Yes. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is...
Commodore.
That's right, baby. We're the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida. Classified as a touring acoustic duo, crashing kitchens around the country. We do it every Friday, and we do it
For free.
That's right. So let us know. Hit us up at kitchenkillaz@gmail.com. We hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. We hope you guys had a really, really great weekend. And thank you.
In a kitchen near you.
That's right. Playing in a kitchen near you. Oh, yeah, baby. So thanks for spending some time with us tonight. We're going to wrap this with a little... Are you okay with some TPJ? Is that okay?
Yes.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I say...
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Yeah, whatever. You can say whatever you want to say, sir. What would you like to say?
Yes.
Yeah? That's it?
I'm the Commodore.
You
You do it for free. Yes. Those are my lines.
That's right, man. You guys have a fantastic night. Thank you very much. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we got a brand new poll going up with 5 songs on them. You pick them. Wednesday night at 7:05, we play them. We're really excited. I think we actually have a guest. I think we have Reese from EMS Mobile Detailing joining us on Wednesday, and we're really excited for Friday's show.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. A shout out to all of our sponsors: Wayne Dench Incorporated, EMS Mobile Detailing, Casador Studios, Tornatori's Cafe and Pizzeria, and Lakeland Barbecue Company. Our man Joel Van from Polk County making everything sticky, sweet, and so delicious. You guys have a fantastic evening. And again, a huge shout out to Jay Miller and to the Banana Foodie for joining us. If you want to become a KitchenKillaz patron, please hit us up at www.patreon.com/KitchenKillaz. Check out all the tiers. The lowest tier that we have is $5 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. So thank you guys for spending some time with us. And
I can afford that.
That's right, baby. And tomorrow we're really happy to be spending some time with Dan and Angie on the It's All Fine and Dangy podcast tomorrow, which is going to be super cool. They are piloting the ship on that one. I'm not necessarily sure where it's going to be, how they're going to stream it, what they're going to do, if they're going to have it live. I don't really know, but normally the Commodore and I don't really know what's going on. We just do it anyway.
Maybe we'll post it to our KitchenKillaz page, though.
If we can, we're definitely going to do that. So a huge shout out to Dan and Angie from It's All Fine and Dangy. We hope you guys having a fantastic evening. We will see you soon. Again, we have a poll going up at 12 tomorrow afternoon for you guys to vote on the songs we play on Wednesday at 7:05. A huge shout out.
We really appreciate your votes. Yeah. We really love it when you vote. We really love to know what you want to hear. It's not about us. It's not about us.
It's not about us.
We're going to play guitar regardless.
True.
All the time. We play guitar all the time.
That's true.
We want to play what you want to hear. When we're live, when you get to see us playing guitar and you get to witness the happenings of us playing guitar, we want to play the songs that you like. So push the button, share the page, like the page, all the things. Just
yeah. Do it. And if you guys are wondering when that show is, there it is right there, baby. The poll results show every Wednesday at 7:05. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a little TPJ to ease your Monday night into the rest of your Monday night. Thanks for sharing some time with us. This is Thomas Carter Rochester.
Bye, guys.
Walking down the street, chickens blowing kisses. Never thought I'd end up 28 without a missus. Yet here we are, yeah, it's totally a thing. Making this movie about my life in quarantine. Started out hype, living life as a pirate. Then it got eclectic as time began to riot. Filmed my shots, what a terrible idea. Had a party over Zoom and got diarrhea. Ran out of toilet paper, life felt like forfeit. Turn on the news, an invasion of hornets. That's when it really truly started to unravel. I truly wish I could go motherfracking travel like. I wanna be a vagabond, maybe I'm a Cylon. I should have killed them hornets with the motherfracking mask on. Covered in ketchup, man, I think I messed up. Need a therapist that will help me fill my love cup. No, not with beer, they really need to steer this conversation with myself a light year away from beer that need to poop and seize the sorry socks. It don't please us. Holy fracking crap, is that toilet paper Jesus? Toilet paper Jesus. 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 Toilet paper Jesus.